Hello there. My name is Olatunji Sobodu, and it's my pleasure to be with you again today. It's Leadership Monday. Apologies, I'm not coming to you at the time that I would normally do this. I'm in transition, but I didn't want today to pass. It's better late than never, they say. And so my apologies once again. But I'd like to hand you, the leadership nugget for Leadership Monday. It's another week. It promises to be an exciting week. And today I want to quickly speak to you to encourage you actually to go for greatness. To go for greatness is part of how to do leadership right. It's okay to go for greatness. It's okay to want to become a leader who is regarded, known, remembered as a great leader. It's okay also to be first or foremost, to be remembered as a leader indeed. It's okay. All right. It's not over ambition. It's okay. It's okay according to the principles by which we teach leadership. And that's the truth that we find in the Word of God. And so I'd like to share with you from the book of Matthew, verses 25, Matthew 20 and verses 25 to 28. And there you find that it's okay to pursue greatness, and it's okay to want to be the first or the foremost. And you see, here something did happen. And what happened was that, there were these two disciples of Jesus who came and they wanted actually to be the, first. They wanted to be foremost. How? They said to him, we'd like to sit when you get to heaven, when you're exalted, when you return to that place of honor. We'd like to sit, to your right and to your left. There were two brothers, okay? They wanted to sit to his right and to his left. And you would imagine these were two people out of a team of 12. I often ask, so if you as brothers took the right seat and the immediate left seat, all right, where will the 10 others sit? Where will the 10 others sit? So those vital places you wanted reserved for your good selves. All right, what did you do? What qualified you? It was just aspirational. That's what it was for them. It was aspirational. And it was a selfish disposition. It wasn't the kind of thing that anyone should think of doing. But quite frankly, that tells you the way men, the way people, the way women think. Self-centered. And Jesus used the opportunity to teach a very big lesson, very simple, profound lesson indeed. Made a point about what true leaders do. What do true leaders do? What makes for greatness of a leader? What makes a leader to be remembered as being first among equals, or as being a foremost leader? And he said to them, he said, what you guys are trying to do is what is like the tradition, is what leaders over the years have done, is the way that some leaders, for the most part, majority of leaders have conducted themselves. They have put themselves ahead of others. They have sought to use their privileged positions, all right, to favor themselves and to the detriment of others. That's what you guys were trying to do. You guys, because of your closeness, all right, to the leader, you felt it was okay for you to aspire to the choice places within the team. And so he told them, well, that's not how, those seats are filled up. He said, in fact, it's not in my place to fill up those seats. Let me assure you, you guys have to work for it. Yes, the seats are available, the seats are empty, but in order for you to occupy any of those seats, you need to do something. You need to work for it. You need to work for it. And so he said, you see, the way other leaders conduct themselves, you must not adopt that approach. How do they conduct themselves? He said they regard themselves as benefactors, to their supporters. They regard themselves as if they are doing their supporters a favor. They expect special treatment because they are leaders, to the detriment of their followers. He said to them, he said, look, they even use their authority to lord themselves over, or to lord it over those who follow them. He said, that's not the way to be great as a leader. That's not a way that a leader goes for greatness. That's not the kind of legacy that a leader should leave. That's not how to be first. That's not how to be foremost. You want to be a true leader. You want to be remembered for good. You want to be remembered for the right things. You want to be remembered for doing leadership right. So the way to greatness is to serve. The way to greatness is to, as it were, sacrifice yourself, your interests. The way to greatness as a leader is to put your people ahead of you, to focus on adding value to them. He said, look at me, for example. I didn't come to be served as your leader. I came to serve. All right. He was basically saying to them, I'm all for greatness. I will be great anyway. I will be regarded as first or foremost anyway. He said, well, let me show you the key. The key is service to the same people that you have been given to lead. You are meant to serve. You are not meant to oppress them. You are not meant to harass them with the authority that comes with your position. You are meant to use all of that to benefit their lives. That's how to become great. That's how to be first or foremost. It's not by craving for the benefits. It's not by wanting to be praised, to be celebrated. There is work to be done, and that work is through service, and service entails sacrifice. There is something to give of yourself for you to be regarded as a great leader. I love the fact that greatness is allowed. The pursuit of greatness is allowed, because he said, you want to be great, that's fine. You want to be first, that's fine. But you must know how to get it. You get it through service. You get it through sacrifice. All right? So focus on giving it what it takes. There is something that must go out of you to better the lives of your people. Actually, to make great the lives of your people. And then you qualify to be great. And then you qualify to be great. You qualified to be foremost. And if you look at all of this, it's about what legacy you want to leave. Because your greatness will not be accomplished until your job is done. Is a verdict that is given at the end of your job, and not even while you are doing it, and not ahead, not before you do it. So we have the concept, talking about great leader. Who is a great leader? How do you identify a great leader? At what point does a leader become great? A leader becomes great after the job is done. A leader is voted, is regarded, is certified, if you like, as great only after the job is done. We have to see how well you have served your people. We have to see what sacrifice you have made and what it has made of your people in order to certify you as a great leader, in order to regard you as foremost among true leaders. So that's what I want to leave with you for this week. A call, leadership is a call to serve. So look at yourself and ask yourself, in what way are you serving your people? Are you really a servant? What legacy do you want to leave? A legacy of greatness, a legacy of being foremost, a foremost leader, a leader to be referenced, a leader to be copied as an example? Or is he a leader, who was a benefactor, who regarded himself as a benefactor? The benefactor leader does not become great. The leader, the servant leader, is the one who is regarded as great. And greatness is the verdict that comes after the job is done. We say you are great because of the people that we see, what you made of them, not even so much because of the profits that you made. Remember, leadership is about people. Primarily, is what do you make of the people? What transformation do you accomplish in your people? Do you add such great value to your people? If you do, that's what makes you great. One of the ways to do that, a guaranteed way to do that, is through service that entails sacrifice. It's through service that entails sacrifice. Please don't leave the sacrifice aspect out of it. Someday I will speak about that. If you are not sacrificing, if you can't identify specific ways in which you are sacrificing because of the people you lead, you are not doing leadership right. You are not doing leadership right. It comes with the package. It comes with the responsibility. Those who want to do leadership right, they are ready. They must be ready that there will be sacrifices, and they must be willing to pay those sacrifices. Without it, it will be a waste of time. That's my nugget for you this week on Leadership Monday. Once again, it's coming a bit late in the day, at least for those who work with the West African time, but I guess where I am now is still okay. It's a difference of 4 or 5 hours, so others will still be able to see it. But anytime you watch this, enjoy it, please. Let's have your feedback. Put your feedback in the comments. Thank you, Mr. Peter. Great comment from you. Thank you for joining at this time. God bless you. Right, so put your comment there. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe so that you can be notified every time there will be a broadcast. And if you want to be part of our programs, check the description area for some links. I want to particularly encourage you to be a part of the Profit from Parables Bootcamp. We have a series of programs, and they will help you, to develop your capacity and your competence in the all-important business of leadership, and of course, in other areas as well. All right, and also you're free to share the link, tell others about this. If it's been a blessing to you, please go ahead and share it. Let others get to know about it, and we'll appreciate that. It will be a pleasure. Join me for a more elaborate session, Leadership in 30 Minutes. It comes up on Thursdays at 11 a.m. West African time. And I'll be speaking this week on something that is very, very important: leading over zealous people. Leading over zealous people. That's what I'll be speaking on. Is the topic for Thursday. You want to be part of it, to see how you handle those kinds of people as a good leader. I promise you'll be shocked, at the way that such people need to be handled. I'm sure you've met people like that. You've come across them, over zealous people, how tricky, they can be, a handful they can be. Join me. Let's learn. Excuse me. Let's learn how to handle them. Let's learn how to handle them. As a leader, you come across different people, different kinds of people, and you're expected to be able, to manage them appropriately, to shape them or reshape them, as the case may be, to add value to them, to make, great, these personalities. The interesting thing about leadership, so I look forward to seeing you on Thursday. God bless you. Thank you. Thanks again for joining. Bye-bye.